Shabbat. Yep. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. So we are going to start. I'm going to teach you all a nigun that I learned at camp a few years ago, and I really, really love. Excuse my voice. I'm not a singer, but this is going to be repeat after me. So here we go. Yananana. 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 Great, okay, and on to the second part. Yana, 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 yana. 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 Okay, so that's the whole thing. So we can put it all together and sing. Yana nana, yana nana, yana nana, yana yana, yana nana, 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 yana nana, nana, yana, yana nana, yana nana, yana nana, yana nana, yana nana, yana, yana nana, yana nana, 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 yana nana, yana nana, nana, yana nana. Yana, yana, nana, yana, yana, 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 nana. That was so great. Okay, I actually have a second nigun to teach you. It's also a repeat after me. Yana na na yana na 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 na. Yana na 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 yana na na na. Yana na 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 yana na na. Yeah, actually, okay, this sounds a little bit better with guitar. So maybe Zoe can come in with guitar. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. So a duck walked up to the Fila stand, and he said to the man running the stand,
Hey! Got any grapes?
and the man said,
No, but we're about to light candles. They're waxy and tall, and they'll brighten us all. Light?
And the duck said,
Good night.
then he waddled away.
Waddle, waddle.
Then he waddled away.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
Then he waddled away.
Waddle, waddle.
To the very next day.
Bum, bum, bum. Hi, welcome everyone. I'm Darcy. Shabbat shalom.
I'm Zoe.
I'm Rina. I'm Sherry.
We're lighting candles. Can you hold this for me? Yeah. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivarnu, lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
So now we can turn to Yedid Nefesh on page 7.
Page 7. I love page 7.
Yedid Nefesh Harachaman Meshodecha Aretzonecha Yarutz Avdecha Kemo Aya Yishtachavel Amuhadarcha Yeravo Yedidutecha Mino Fetzu Vechol Ta'am Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai yanai Yananai nai yanai nai Yananai nai nai Yananai nai yanai Yananai nai yanai Yananai nai yanai Yananai nai nai Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai yanai Yananai nai Yananai nai nai Yananai nai nai Yananai nai nai Ki galena Ruz chavivi alai Et sukat shelamecha Ta'ir eret mikvodecha Nagila venis chaba Maherahu kivano v'chodeini kivei olam Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai nai
Next, we're doing Or Hadash, which can be found on page 41.
Page 41? I love page 41. Dili krakala, yananai, b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dili krakala, yananai, b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, ishmi'anu. Page. B'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dodi likrakala, yananai, b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Shabbat, lechulecha. B'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dodi likrakala, yananai, b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Yananai, b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dodi likrakala, yananai, b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Yaminus oti frozi, et Adonai taritzi, yadish ben parzi. Yananai, b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dodi likrakala, yananai, b'nei Shabbat, nekabela.
We rise and greet Shabbat.
Shalom, Eret Bala, Ram Besimcha, Uzolai, Tov Emunei Amterulah, Roi Hala, Roi Hala, Lecha dodi likrakala, yananai, b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dodi likrakala, yananai, b'nei Shabbat, nekabela.
We may be seated.
So a duck walked up to the field last stand, and he said to the man, run in the stand.
Hey! Bum, bum, bum. Got any grapes?
And the man said,
It's like I said yesterday. It's nighttime, and we need a minion for Mari, okay? What do you say?
And the duck said,
No way.
then he waddled away.
Waddle, waddle.
Then he waddled away.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
Then he waddled away.
Waddle, waddle.
Till the very next day.
Bum, 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 ba-dum. We now rise for the Barhu, which can be found on page 247 below the line.
Page 247 below the line. I love page 247 below the line. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. And the blessing gives us strength and makes our visions clear. And the blessing gives us peace and the courage to dare. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. I want to share a poem by Rabbi Elliot Kukla called Twilight People. I first heard this poem at the Keshet Shabbaton, which is a Shabbat retreat for queer Jewish teens. And given that we are a uniquely queer confirmation class, I think it's fitting for today. So Rabbi Kukla celebrates his queerness as a part of his Jewish identity, not as a separate entity that is merely accepted in Jewish spaces. Queerness itself inherently messes with binaries, which forces us into the in-between, or the twilight, as Kukla would say. We are all in this in-between, whether it be in terms of gender, sexuality, stages of life, religious denominations, roles, really anything. And our Judaism not only accepts the in-between, but it celebrates it, which is just incredibly special, and we are so grateful to have that. And so, because we are all somewhere in between, I think it would be really nice if we read Twilight People together. It is in the little booklet thing. Right here. As the sun sinks and the colors of the day turn, we offer a blessing for the twilight. For the twilight is neither day nor night, but in between. We are all twilight people. We can never be fully labeled or defined. We are many identities and loves, many genders and none. We are in between roles, at the intersection of histories, or between place and place. We are crisscross paths of memory and destination, streaks of light swirled together. We are neither day or night. We are both, neither, and all. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, and widen our vision. May this in-between people who came to pray be lifted up into this twilight. We cannot always define, we can always say a blessing. Blessed are you, God of all, who brings on the twilight. So we turn to the Shema on page 64. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, b'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'lechtecha avaderech, u'shokbecha u'kumecha, u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot ben inecha, u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, Uvisharecha.
Adonai Elohim Emet. We can now continue on to the Michamocha on page 77.
Page 77? I love page 77.
Malchut v'ratzon kiblo aleichem, Moshe Miriam uvnei Israel, lecha anu shira b'simcha rabba, ve'amru kulam michamocha, ba'elim Adonai michamocha, nedar b'kodesh, norah tehilot v'osefelem, achutecha ra'uvanecha, okeyam lifnei Moshe, ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Yanai, 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 V'na'amar kifad Adonai Yaakov, v'galo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael.
Amen. So a duck walked up to a tefillah stand, and he said to the man, run in the stand.
Hey, got any grapes?
And the man said,
Even though we don't have any grapes, look at this beautiful night. Everything's gonna be all right. Stay and sing.
and the duck said,
Not my thing.
and he waddled away.
Waddle, waddle,
Then he waddled away.
waddle, waddle, waddle,
Then he waddled away.
waddle, waddle,
Till the very next day. We turn to Haskivenu on page 81.
Page 81? I love page 81.
Haskivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkei, nu lechaim. Haskivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkei, nu lechaim. Everything's gonna be alright. 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 Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkei, mulechaim.
You can now turn to the Shamru on page 85.
I love page 85.
Especially standing on page 85 in body or spirit.
Yes.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
My favorite thing to do on page 85.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם.
We continue silently with the Amidah on page 85.
Page 91.
Oh, 91. Sorry.
I love page 91. We will now do the Osei Shalom, and that is on page.
Never mind. Never mind. Forget I said it. I don't need to do the page thing. Yeah.
Osei Shalom bin Romav, Uya Osei Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael, V'imru U'v'tevel, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Yoshbei Amen.
So a duck walked up to a tefillah stand, and he said to the man, run in the stand.
Hey! Bum, bum, bum. Got any grapes?
And the man said,
That's it. Stay away or you'll see my face. I'll hit you so hard you'll be on the Misha Barach list. Come on, just try.
and the duck said,
Yalla,
then he
bye!
waddled away. Then he waddled away.
Waddle, waddle,
Then he waddled away.
waddle, waddle.
Till the very next day.
Bum, 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 bum.
Our group wanted to share with you an excerpt from the poem The Lesson by Paul Laurence Dunbar. But at his smile I smiled in turn, and into my soul there came a ray. In trying to soothe another's woes, mine own had passed away. Today we wish healing of body and soul to Andrea Abrams Herbert, Fran Anderson, Roberta Archibald, Joan Axelroth, Ellen Asriel, Arden Bell, Barry Bell, Carol Mueller-Bell, Rabbi Deborah Bowen, Seal Hyatt, Robin Cupo, Francesca Dever, Joan Flaherty, Rhoda Gansler, Charles Gardner, Joachim Gable, Eric Gershman, Jonathan Giannini, Marilyn Goldberg, Robert Goldberg Alberts, Cordula Hamish, Marty Jacobs, Sharon Cass, Beverly and Howard Kaufman, Fran Kaufman, Diane Learn, Patrick McHugh, Robert Mueller, Anthony Narrow, Lisa Nicholson, Stan Pollock, Joel Popkin, Mike Rosenberg, Shelley Sanders, Rabbi Vivian Shern, Kate Serge, Marlene Sortino, Howard Temple, Lynn Van Engel, Brandy Wasilewski, Stan Weckstein, Millie Weissman, Bonnie Young, Jenna Young, Grace Sangwell, and Eileen Zett.
Are there others? Hugh Pollock, Ralph Hyman, and Bill Chesney. George Berlin.
Bob Sharon. Bob Sharon.
Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. Let us say, Amen. Shebera imotenu, mikor habracha. Bless those in need of healing with Ruach Shema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
We can now turn to the counting of the Omer on page 675.
675? I love page 675.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzotav v'tzivanu al tzvirat ha'omer. Blessed are you, eternal our God, the sovereign of all worlds, who made us holy with your mitzvot and commanded us concerning the counting of the Omer. Yesterday was the 43rd day, so Hayom arba'av arba'im yom shehem shisha shavuot ve'shnei yamim la'omer. This is the 44th day, making 6 weeks and 2 days of the Omer.
We continue with Elena on page 120.
120? I love page 120.
Everybody can rise. Elena l'shabeach l'adon hakol. La teis gedula leotzer bereshit, shenatan lanu Torat emet, v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai, v'melech al kol haaretz. V'yom hahu, v'yeh Adonai echad. U'shemo, You may be seated.
We continue with the Mourner's Kaddish on page 131. Today we are marking the yard sites of Murray Goldberg, father of Amy Goldberg Alberts, and Dora Krulik, grandmother of Dan Schwartz. And if anyone else is observing a yard site or is in mourning, feel free to share their names. Yeah. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah. Be'alma divra hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'meyechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam omei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shmei dekudasha brechu.
Brechu.
Ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, ve'amiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the part where we all tell you how wonderful you are. You're wonderful so far in the service. So I loved going on L'Takain with you. I got to know you better. You really gelled as a class. You're like, as you can see, you're one cohesive group. You're mature, you're responsible, you're fun. Which one were you making the face for?
The responsible.
The responsible. Okay, during rehearsals, sorry, Erin, but we all raided the school snack supplies in the kitchen. And guess who cleaned up without us watching?
Okay.
Okay.
But we also went to the Thomas Jefferson Memorial and put someone on
Here, come to the
side.
bike.
You're in, come on.
It's not as stupid as one.
All right. What they were trying to say was they also went to the Jefferson Memorial and put somebody on somebody's shoulders. But you didn't put anybody on Thomas Jefferson's shoulders, so that's
That would've
okay.
been
Yeah,
cool.
that's okay. All right. You're deep thinkers, you're kind, you're diverse. In the Talmud it says, I have learned much from my teachers, more from my colleagues, and most from my students. Thanks for letting me learn from you this year.
Oh, thank you.
I echo what Ruth said. I didn't write anything down. I was going to do this ad lib, but it's. Right, I'll wait. Hugs come first. Especially both the responsibility, even though Darcy disagrees. But we were here for the last rehearsal before this, and they decided, oh no, we should do it this way, and we should move this way, and they made things better on their own without us having to suggest it. They are great thinkers, always inquisitive, but also fun-loving, as you could tell from parts of the service. And it's great. They put together a service that includes living in two civilizations. And so it's just been a pleasure to have you in class.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
So you guys are going to stand there. So I'm not going to do the back to the kahal thing. I can see everybody at the same time. So first of all, you guys are welcome to take over the bima at Or Hadash anytime you want. Here's the thing. Because of the pandemic, this is my first confirmation here at Or Hadash. As the pandemic was starting to pandemic. Thank you, well done. Please hold your laughter until the end. Thank you. So as the pandemic was beginning, I was starting to deepen my conversation with Hannah Jarvis and Yael Waxman about what they were going to do for a confirmation service at the end of the year, since they sort of took an untraditional track through religious school, and we were going to start meeting in March to plan this service. Something else happened in March. And so we haven't had confirmation for the past 3 years. And so this year, as Rabbi Aaron and I were thinking about, and Ruth and Jules were thinking about what confirmation might look like, we said, okay, but we don't know who is in what stage and who's still connected and who might even be in confirmation. We said, forget age and grade. Let's just have a teen class for anyone who has been through Prosdor already and wants to do confirmation class. And this wonderful group, I cannot think of a more fabulous confirmation class to be my first at Or Hadash to work with. In this group, there are people who I met for the first time this year, people who were amongst my first class of B'nai Mitzvah at this synagogue, people who I've known since they were in elementary school, right? People who I've worked with as they've come full circle and had an adult B'nai Mitzvah at age 18. Like, this is such a special group. And it is not often that a confirmation class, in thinking about what they want to do for their service, comes up with a gimmick for the service to elevate the davening. Usually, the gimmick is in order to get through the davening as fast as possible, or in order to cover so that we don't have to do much of the Hebrew because we don't really remember. But this class is actually so expert that who's going to lead what prayer was a conversation about who enjoys the prayers the most, and who wants to, and who has a tune that they want to lead, more so than who actually remembers how to lead Mariv. And so, there is nothing, I feel like, that we are confirming today. You guys are confirming what you've known all along, and that is that you have been choosing to walk along this path of having fun with your Judaism and putting yourselves into expressing it for longer than you guys can probably remember. And so I am really proud to give you guys a present from Or Hadash. So 3 out of the 4 of you, because of this mixed age class, are going off to college next year. One of you is going to get all the notes from college so that by the time you get to your senior year and junior year, you're going to know exactly what to be doing. So the present that we're giving you this year from Or Hadash is a pair of travel Shabbat candlesticks.
Ooh.
Because wherever you find yourselves in the next year, in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 8 years, 10 years, I want you to be able to, and we all want you to be able to, bring light into spaces as you mark Jewish time and as you mark moments in your lives Jewishly, with light and with the flexibility to create and to hold sacred space in all of the places in this world where you find yourself fitting in and being and putting down amazing, amazing roots and building community around yourselves. So I kind of had an idea of who was getting which one based on the color, and then like half of the labels fell off. So you can mix and match. 2 of them are Jewish stars that are triangles that piece together, and 2 of them are leaves of a tree that piece together. And so I am really, really excited to give you guys this present on behalf of Or Hadash. Also, I love that I get to pick out what presents to give you guys each year.
Thank you.
You might also notice this is a class of many gifts, the shirts that they are wearing, and they also have somewhere, probably already on their desks at home, rubber ducks wearing kippot and talitot.
It's in my car.
It's in your car. Nice.
Good person.
I'm not going to end this service, though. Okay. You guys are.
Yeah.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm going to go sit down. Bye. Actually, but before we do that, let's all sing the Shechianu together. The bracha, doing something for the first time, or for the first time in a long time. For Darcy, this is the first time in a whole week since they've led Mariv. They had the ultimate dress rehearsal for a Mariv service. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
I think it's my grandma.
You go finish the service. I also want to share, you guys probably can't see the chat as it's coming in, but there have been rolling mazel tovs throughout the service. And also one time when we called out a page in the middle of Lechato D, someone typed in, because we were singing, page 83, we love page 83.
We can turn to Kiddush on page, oh no.
Oh no!
On page 119.
Oh, I stole
Savrei Chavarai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratavaranu v'shabbat kodsho v'ava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim ki aleinu V'tanu kirashta la'avodatecha v'shavat kodshecha v'ava uvratzon inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Probably before Hamotzi.
So a duck walked up to the fila stand, and he said to the man, run in the stand.
Hey!
Bum, bum, bum.
Got any fists?
What?
Got any fists?
No. Why would I?
Oh! And I got one more question for you. Got any grapes?
And the man just stopped. Then he started to smile. He started to laugh. He laughed for a while. He said,
Come here, duck. Let's look at the store. I'll buy you some grapes, so you won't ask anymore.
So they walked to the store, and the man bought some grapes. He gave one to the duck, and the duck said,
No thanks. But do you know what sounds good? Would it be so wrong? Do you think this service? Do you think this service? Do you think this service has a closing song?
I don't allow a share my love, but they're cold, the teary brow.
That is all. So and everybody, we're gonna do announcements now.
But I didn't actually write them out. So do you want me to give announcements, or do you want to talk about it? Well, they're telling me to do it.
They're done.
Ducks. Do you have any announcements?
Thank you for this whole class.
Thank you.
Y'all are really cool.
Yeah.
So on behalf of this awesome confirmation class, I want to invite everyone to join us afterwards for a festive oneg. I'm sure that you can't possibly guess what the oneg will feature. Coming up in the next few weeks, there are many, what? Peking, yes, indeed. So coming up in the next few weeks, there are many things. Next week, at the end of the week, is our Shavuot night of study, our Tikkun Leil Shavuot, which, because Shabbat Chavurah was already scheduled to meet on Friday, May 26th, we are having our Tikkun Leil Shavuot on Erev second night Shavuot. So our Tikkun Leil Shavuot will be in the style of Shabbat Chavurah, a Shavuot Chavurah, if you will, which will begin with a warm and Hamish dinner. As typical for Shabbat Chavurah, you should RSVP for that dinner, this time to Barbara Weissman. We will then continue, and that's at 6:30. We will then continue at 7:30 with a short Shabbat and holiday service, followed by a yummy dairy oneg. At 8:15, our opening session of the Tikkun will be the story slam that always ends the last Shabbat Chavurah of the year, and this year the theme of the story slam will be "A Moment I Felt I Received Wisdom." So anyone is welcome to share a first-person story, whether you are a first-person storyteller or whether this is your first time. Please do share at the story slam. And then at 9 o'clock, there will be a choice of 3 study sessions where you can learn about one of 3 personalities and their contribution to Jewish thought and practice. Robert Goldberg Alberts will be introducing us to Ruth from the biblical period. Rabbi Elise Wechterman will be introducing us to Rachel Luzzatto Morpago from the early modern period in Italy, and I will be introducing us to Rashi from the medieval period. And then we will end at from 10 to 10:30, chanting the 10 Commandments under the stars. Also, in this coming week, on Sunday, on Sunday, there is the last day of Smile School. Get excited. Our confirmation students will mostly be there anyway because 3 out of the 4 of you teach in Smile School. So you'll get to take your victory lap, but it is the last day of Smile School and the first day of re-registration for next year's enrollment. Please see Rabbi Aaron Hirsch for more details on that. I know, Ethan, you're already looking forward to 6th grade. Yes. This coming Wednesday afternoon is the final session of my wisdom literature class, Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. It is not too late to learn about Pirkei Avot. You've already missed the book of Proverbs, but we will have our final class at the tail end of Pirkei Avot. Please do join us. The first weekend of June is a very, very busy one. On Friday night, it is our last 3-part harmony of the year. It is also Pride Shabbat. Eric Jaffe will be joining us, headlining with a drag queen story time and Tat Shabbat at 6, co-led by Eric, myself, and David Zangwill, followed by our pizza potluck dinner, and then our family service, which Eric Jaffe will be co-leading with me as well. And featuring drag performance. It's going to be really, really wonderful. I'm thrilled and excited to be singing and leading with Eric again this year for Pride Shabbat. It will also be David Jones's farewell 3-part harmony as he and his family are moving to Rochester next year. So we will send David off also with fabulous style and glitter to Rochester. Saturday, June 3rd, there are 2 things, one very serious and one very not. In the afternoon, it is Montgomery County Wear Orange Day for gun violence awareness and suicide prevention awareness, especially at the hands of guns. The rally will be at 1:45 p.m., so come daven in the morning and then pray with your feet for mincha at 1:45 p.m. in Knights Park in Ambler. Saturday evening, June 3rd, for something completely different, our Taf Zap Chavura, which, as you can tell, many of our students are very active in here in this room. Our Taf Zap Chavura, which began this year, it is a theater, art, and film chavura by kids for everybody, is putting on their first ever improv show for charity. $3 tickets at the door, 7:30 to 9 p.m. Comedy for a cause. Proceeds from tickets and concessions will benefit Or Hadash and the Mitzvah Circle. Be there, spread the word. It's going to be fabulous. And a big thanks to Zoe, who is our adult sponsor supervisor of TAF's Up. Because you get to be an adult after B'nai Mitzvah, and so you get to adult sponsor a chavurah. And then lastly, I want to also give a big shout out to our final bat mitzvah of the year, which is the weekend following Pride, and that is Lizzie Castro will become bat mitzvah on Shabbat morning, June 10th. And we are so thrilled to have had such a robust spring of celebrations. And then after that weekend, we're gonna go on our summer schedule. So starting actually the 9th, which is the night before Lizzie's bat mitzvah, and then essentially every other Friday night, we're going on our Shabbat schedule, where Friday night will be off every other week. But please see Hakesher for the details and the calendar for the details. There are a few weeks that are double off or double on, but every Shabbat morning we are on for the summer. Again, please join us for Kiddush following in the community room. I believe that we have a hamotzi, indeed. But I don't think it's about grapes or that we have to waddle for it. We might have our mouths full of grapes.
The big reveal. Is it grapes?
Is it grapes? Is it cake? Not grapes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon Shabbat Shalom.